and I hope that you can still enjoy them if you do. God bless. That's my thoughts. I know I shit on them a lot, but it's just so much fun. I know this is like sacred ground for some people, and I am being contrarian, cringe cope-trarian about your episode 3 sword fight scene. Because you know people that are already criticizing me for my Star Wars criticism? Like, this guy is toxic. Like, he just doesn't have anything good to say about Star Wars. Like, I've already seen it, it's fine. Sure, that's okay. I just ignore the Star Wars that's not for me, or that is poop. I'm trying to, at least, even though I talk about it enough for 4 lifetimes. Hey, you know what? Life is short, life is tough. Enjoy the things you enjoy. It wasn't until episode 2 that I realized, oh, I think the critics are right. You know, but that's just also me getting jaded. Vinny, you're allowed to like the movies. Oh, I know I'm allowed to like them. Thank you for permission. The prequels have been reappraised a bit. There has been some reassessment of the prequels, and people do enjoy them for their, you know, their corniness and fun. And I think that, you know, there's actually... But I do appreciate the prequels so much more these days. I really do. I still can appreciate watching the movies on their own. Even if I'm, like, kind of holding my head in my hands through half of it. Or laughing unintentionally. Someone said it's funny that people still hate the prequels. Well, they're not good movies. They're fun. I don't hate them. I like watching them. But, like, they're not, like, the pinnacle of filmmaking. They're just, like... And sadly, they also kind of fucked up Star Wars and divided the fan base. But for a while, it was really like, wait a minute, what were we watching? With Star Wars, watch episodes 4, 5, and 6. And episode 5 and 4 are still 2 of my favorite movies ever made. McClunky. Hey, Jabba. Even I get bored sometimes. They're not good movies. Like, they're not, like, the pinnacle of filmmaking.
Could they be wrong?
What are you trying to say? Those people sat on the stand under oath.
They're only people. People make mistakes. Could they be wrong?
Well, no, I don't think so.
You know so.
Oh, come on, nobody can know a thing like that. This isn't an exact science.
That's right, it isn't. All right, I don't have anything brilliant. I only know as much as you do.
Sent in that one about too many Chinese cooks spoil the broth.
What? Well, why is... Well, that's... I don't know who slipped the word Chinese in there, but I heard it as too many cooks.
Well, it was just all sort of Chinese proverbs and that.
One of my favourite on the same subject is a camel is a horse designed by committee.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it's having a go at the camel, and it shouldn't, but it's just, you know, it's just a metaphor. And if you wanted to design a horse, and you had that vision, but you let 12 people in the room have their say, it wouldn't come out as you wanted it to do, and it wouldn't be as good. A vision is more perfect than committee, because everyone having their say, it becomes anodyne, it becomes compromised. Whereas the best things you can do is have an idea and have a vision and auteur that. So if you got a jacket,
yeah,
and the seam starts coming undone, oh, there's a little bit of seam. I'll leave it. Oh, it's getting worse and worse. Soon your sleeve falls off. So you just need 1 stitch there. That'll do it. If you do it now, later you'll need 9 stitches. And that, of course, is an analogy to other things.
But it depends if you're busy at that point, because if you've got, I don't know if there's a sort of a middle ground where you don't have to do it straight away.
Do you think yours is less poetic than a stitch in time saves 9? So yours is, this is what you wanted to be a quote, right? Where, well, you could do it now, but if you're doing something else, then, you know, well, don't do it immediately, but... Carl, what is an analogy?
It's sort of like a little story told quickly. Isn't it?
It's a little
isn't it?
story told quickly. To what end?
Well, it depends what the story is. You see, I just prefer sort of, you know, what you say is what you mean. So people who live in a glass house have to answer the door.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I mean,
Because
you may be a genius, because I don't get that. People who live in glass houses have to answer the door.
Okay, let's hear his explanation.
Because the people knocking at the door will be able to see you because it's a glass house.
But you have to add a number of other things, other caveats. Surely, if you live in a glass house, don't walk around naked.
Yeah.
If you live in
These are literals.
But just the idea that in your head there should be sayings for people who live in glass houses. Who is it that's living in a glass house?
Well, I'm not talking about them. It's just that if everyone else is bringing up about these people who are living in glass houses, let's get to the real problems they've got.
He still hasn't got to grips with the idea of the metaphor or the simile.
Well, here's another saying, right, that
I began to get the feeling that the defense counsel wasn't conducting a thorough enough cross-examination. I mean, he let too many things go by, little things that...
What little things? Listen, when these fellas don't ask questions, it's because they know the answers already and they figure they'll be hurt.
Maybe it's also possible for a lawyer to be just plain stupid, isn't it? I mean, it's possible.
You were going the right way. Go back. Okay, thank you, Dr. Nose. Thank you, Dr. Nose. I like how you guys have the developer here. He made the fucking game. Yet you know more than him? Like, it's baffling. No. I don't... No, he doesn't know. You know, no. I like, made the game too? Sort of. I saw the game. Wrong way, bruh. Oh. So this is the wrong way?
I think this level is good. You have to appreciate what the man who was making this level, what his intentions and what his goals were when making it. So when you ask me, is this level good, I have to consider the factors. Did Joel aim to make a level that anyone who played it would hate? Yes, he did. Did Joel aim to make a level filled with misdirection, an unclear goal, and complete bullshit? Absolutely, he nailed it. He went out and accomplished everything he wanted to do when he made this level. So, it fulfills the goal. I think the level's a piece of shit. I think it's awful.
Everybody sounded so positive, you know. I began to get a peculiar feeling about this trial. I mean, nothing is that positive. There are a lot of questions I'd have liked to ask. I don't know, maybe they wouldn't have meant anything, but...
Why die on a hill? Why live for yourself? Everyone you see passing on the street plays a part in a tragedy. When it's too uncomfortable, you can rewrite history. Time's an eraser, and reverie speaks for itself. Sign your own waiver, and you'll never be somebody else. You'll never be somebody else. Is it all got to be myself again? Can I finally be myself again?
Hi there. I thought I should disclaim that this video isn't meant to say that, you know, everything about Vinny is invalid as a person. No. This is less of a stain on him and more of just like a smudge. You know, because this started as an Undertale channel, I think a lot of people are very familiar with the idea that, you know, Toby should be allowed to do whatever he wants with Deltarune and with Undertale. And, you know, so that concept applies to Star Wars as well. And it applies to Shrek with Andrew Adamson, that I recently got into that too. But it's, you know, it's kind of this thing that's important, and it's difficult for us to remember because, you know, we're so active on the internet. But authority is important. There's a reason why George Lucas and Toby Fox, you know, they're more important than we are. And I think if we can take that and we can learn something from them, that's what we should be doing, not naysaying and not contradicting them.
But Vinny, he ruined my childhood. Wait. That wasn't Jake Lloyd that ruined your childhood. That was George Lucas.
Well, what do you want? I say he's guilty. You want to hear your arguments? I gave you my arguments. We're not convinced. We want to hear them again.
Like, I've already seen it. It's fine. Sure, that's okay. I've already seen it.
And I think, in general, language is a way of taking very complex things and making them simple. You know, in reality, things are very complicated, things are very nuanced, but when we talk about them, it's capable of representing them and eventually create larger conversations so that you're not just stuck on the same concept your whole life. And the same goes for authority in art. I mean, you know, if you don't want to explain the nuances of conditional versus unconditional love, you can just say you like Star Wars. If you don't want to talk about nihilism and, you know, how to become accepting of other people, you could just say you like Undertale. It's a great way of communicating with other people. Vinny, if you want to know why all 13 hours of Star Wars is the most influential film of all time, you can learn. It's right there for you. You don't have to, you know, it's like they say, you know, it's never too late to go back to school. I'm not saying that to be condescending. I'm being very genuine about this. I hope that comes across, because I'm worried that I'll be misconstrued. I genuinely love Vinny. I'm probably putting one of his Zelda streams in the background right now. I have fond memories watching him in 2012 and 2014. And again, this isn't a stain on your personality. This is just a smudge. Something I'd rather be fixed. But I'll still enjoy everything else you do.
I play drums so good that I bring back the dead. Really? Oh, what's that? You want to cry on my back? Yes. Well, let me do a drum solo to bring it back. Yeah! Oh my god!